Hi, this is Marlena from apenandapurpose.com, and today I'm going to show you how to get a digital planner that you purchase somewhere like Etsy onto your iPad with the app Goodnotes. When you purchase your file, it's going to come as a PDF. One of the easiest ways to use your file is to actually first save it to the cloud with a program such as Dropbox or iCloud or Google Drive, something like that. So for my Etsy item, I saved it to the iCloud. So what I'm going to do is go into Goodnotes, and I have Goodnotes 5, which you can see here, and I'm going to import it by clicking on New on the upper left-hand corner, that little plus sign. I'm going to click there. This folder is going to come up. I'm going to hit Import, and then you're going to see your files come up from your iCloud drive, and I'm going to click on the folder where I know I put this, and then I'm going to click on the planner that I want to add to my iPad. So as you can see, it came right up. And so now I'm going to show you how you would use this as a planner. At the top of the screen, I'm just going to go over some of the things that are going to be relevant right now. At the top of the screen, you have the little arrow on the left, which will take you back to all of your items. We don't want to do that right now. Next to that, you have these 4 little squares, which is going to show you all of the pages that are currently in your planner. So in this case, there's 55 pages, and the cool thing is you can either select from here or you can select from within the planner. One of the great things about a digital planner is that you don't have to scroll through all 55 pages to find what you want, because there's going to be different hyperlinks that you can use throughout your planner. I'm going to skip over to the right hand side where we have this, it's like a pen with a circle around it. That's the toggle that you're going to use if you want to write on your planner. Next to that is a little piece of paper with a plus sign on it. That's what you're going to use if you want to add an additional page, and I will show you that in just a moment. So let's get started. I'm going to swipe to the left to go to my first page. And as you can see on this page, it's called Notes. This is the Notes section. This is a dashboard just like you would find in a paper planner. And then we have on there a table of contents to show that there's dotted pages, graph pages, and lined pages. And then down the right hand side, you have your tabs or your dividers. So notes, monthly, weekly, daily, finances, and tasks. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how you would use this. So within the table of contents on the notes dashboard, I can select dotted and go to a page that is dotted. I can select graph to see the graph page. I can also select lined to see a lined page. So that's how that works. Now, let's say that I was going to use a dotted page and I wanted to do some planning on the dotted page, I would actually click on this up in the right hand corner. We have that pen with a circle around it. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to pull up my pen tool. So it's already selected here. You can see it has a little Bluetooth mark, which is going to my Apple Pencil, and it is selected with black ink. So towards the right hand side, you can see these little dash things. These are where you could adjust the thickness of your pen. So this is really thin right here, so I can actually increase it here, or I can select one of these to get different levels of line thickness. And so I can also go back. I'm going to go back and erase all that. So next to the pen tool is my eraser, and the same thing happens. You can use a giant eraser, a medium eraser, or a little eraser, and you can adjust those just like I did with the pen. Next to the eraser is a highlighter, and you can choose whatever color you want. You can even put in a hex code for this stuff, which I think is pretty neat. So there's a highlighter, and you can go bigger and even bigger if you would like, although that's not very big. Anyway, I'm going to erase that again so that you can just see. So let's say that I am putting out my to-do list. I tend to like my lines a little bit thinner, but not so thin that it messes up my handwriting. So I'm going to say I'm going to write a blog post, and I'm going to do all this stuff and I'm done with this page. I could then turn the page and use the next page, or I can hit this little paper in the right hand corner. It's like a little paper with a plus sign, and I can select if I wanted to have a different template up there. So current template, if I hit that, it's going to actually just duplicate it and put another page just like the one I was on right behind it. So you can actually put in an infinite number of pages. It might eventually slow down your iPad, or you might run out of space with infinite, so it's going to have some constraints, but you can keep adding pages, which is one of the things that I love about using digital planning on the iPad. So you can also, if you wanted to, let's say you just want to get rid of this page, but you don't want to do a lot of erasing, you could go up here, select that page and send it to the trash, and now it's gone. And let's see, get out of that, close it, go back here, and what I needed to do there was to turn the pen back off so that I could select on the notes page. I was just checking to make sure that I didn't mess up the links, and I did not, so that is pretty cool. So the next section is monthly. And in the monthly section, all that there are monthlies. So it does not have a table of contents, but you could certainly go within this monthly section and turn the page and then start your month. So I don't know let's see. So this month started on a Sunday, right? Nope, Saturday. So it's August. So the way that I would do this, I'm just going to do it real quick so you can see. I would write August here. And then I would start dating for the month. I would just put my numbers in. And this may or may not be correct. I don't have a calendar in front of me. So I would do that. On the bottom, we have your word of the month, and then your top 3 goals, and your best memories of the month. So that's the monthly section. The weekly section, turn off your pen, click on weekly. And again, you have a nice dashboard. You can always go to my blog at the bottom, and you have your weekly where you can keep track. Tomorrow I know I'm going to turn on my pen. I have to present on Zoom at 9:00. And so I could put that over there and then put my, all my appointments in here so that I can see the overall view of my week, and then I can put whatever notes I want on the right hand side. This page I developed sort of to be like the Hobonichi weeks that I was using at the time. So I'm going to turn my pen back off. I'm going to go to my daily page. So some of this might feel redundant, but I like to have a lot of different views of my planner. And so this one has your whole day. So I would put in here, I turn on my pen, I'm going to put my presentation here to know that I am busy from 9 until 10, and then I'm busy again for a meeting at noon. So I put that in there. You can put any notes, you can put your tasks, and then your top 3 priorities would go in the bottom lower corner. I like to use the priorities because those are the things that you need to get done, and you need to make sure that all the other things that come into your awareness don't take priority, even if they feel easier or more urgent. Your priorities, you set them either at the beginning of the day or the night before, and you know that your day is successful if you reach the goals within those priorities. I'm going to turn my pen back off, and I'm going to go to finances. So this is a good place to track things like purchases, income, your account register, kind of like your checkbook. And then my favorite is the subscription tracker, because I buy a lot of subscriptions and then sometimes I forget when they renew. And given that I really, really hate auto renewal, this helps me to make sure that if I don't want to keep a subscription, I can just cancel it on time. So I'll show you these pages. The first one is the expense tracker, which is just like what it sounds like. You write down, what you purchased, how much it was, where you purchased it from. Was it like your checking account, your savings account, your business account? whichever it might be. The next one is income tracker, and this would track things like, did you make a sale on Etsy? Did you get some income from your blog, your job, whatever it might be, and then you can total that up over time. Your account register is like your checking account register. And then subscriptions tracker, I like to put subscription names. So let's say Netflix, it's billed monthly. It renews on August 8th or the 8th of every month. And then the amount, so that I know and I can keep track of all the different subscriptions that I have. That just helps me to know where I'm at, because sometimes they can get a little bit overwhelming when you have a whole bunch of them. So the last section is for tasks, and this can help you to organize your tasks a little bit better. So you see there's the master task list, the priority-based task list, the context-based task list, my list, and untitled list. So a bunch of different lists. So the first one is just taking your major task list and splitting it out between work and home. Now, if you don't have these as your categories, you can certainly use them for something else. So let's say you want to use your tasks for your blog and Christmas. Just use them that way. You can always cross it out or write something else. You might at the top just put your top goals that you want to be really focused on, so that you think about how you might prioritize those. As you can see, there's a little section here that talks about how to potentially label things. So if I were to write prepare for meeting, that would probably be a P here, because guess what? My meeting is tomorrow morning. So so that might be a way to do that. The next page is your priority list, and this is taking that last list and putting it in terms of different priorities. I don't know about you, but sometimes my list just is this gigantic page after page after page of things I need to do, and that can be overwhelming. So I like to split things up sometimes. This helps my brain to split things up and see them in terms of how urgent it is to get things done. The next one is another way that I sometimes need to separate my list. And I know, again, this can feel redundant, but when you have a giant list, sometimes you just need to do these things. So this is the context-based list, which means that these are the things that you would do. For example, when I'm at my computer, these are things I could get done. So this happens a lot at work, where I have several emails that I need to answer, and then I have to go in and fix some data on some of our computer programs or write an electronic medical record, those kinds of things. Those would all be at my computer, so I'm not going through my list and now I'm on the computer. Then my next task, I have to go talk to somebody, and then my next task is on the computer, so I'm logging in and out. Instead, I can just get everything done all at once. Things I need to do at home, things I need to do at work. And this, to me, at work would mean when I'm actually in the building where I work. Or while out would be things like go pick up groceries. And then you can have another little note section at the bottom. The next list is just your giant master task list. So, or whatever list you want it to be. So I think of this as just my giant list. And again, if you need it to be more giant than this, you can either use this next page to continue, or you could, start another page like this. Okay. And the last one doesn't have a title, so you can title it yourself. And that is the digital planner that I created. And this is how you would use it on your iPad. You can use different things like stickers to decorate your iPad, and I will create another video to show you how to do that in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to know more about digital planning or planning in general, or just in terms of self-improvement, please hit subscribe to follow me on YouTube, and you can always check out me and my blog over at apenandapurpose.com. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Also, you can get this planner at apenandapurpose.etsy.com.